Welcome to the brand new series for Got Clicks. Thank you so much for joining. And I promise this is not going to be permanent PowerPoint. I am not a fan of PowerPoint myself. However, there's a couple of things I need to show you before we get into it. So let me get there. The first thing, and this is the most important thing I share with people, and that's why it's very first. What's in a name? Everything, your keywords. It's how customers search and find you. So make sure when you choose your domain name that your domain name is keyword rich. What that means is it has all the words in it that people might be searching for. Got Clicks is a great example of a super domain name. It has all of my keywords in it. It's short, it's easy to remember. The worst domain name was my own, actually. SarahSpencerSolutions.com was my first business, and it was a terrible domain name because it was hard to say, hard to spell, and hard to discover what it was exactly I was selling. So make sure that when you choose your domain name, take your time on this and make sure that you get something that's easy to spell, it's easy to remember, and you also want to make sure that people are going to be able to find it in the search engines. So where do you look for that? I love to use Network Solutions. I've bought a couple of names off of them. However, before you buy, make sure that you check with whatever hosting package you're going to go with, because a lot of times the host will actually offer the domain name at a deal, at a discount. So make sure you do your homework before you commit to Network Solutions. What's the difference between hosting and building? I get that question all the time. I sell mid-phase hosting. I have been since 2004. I love the company. They're easy to talk to. The support team is excellent. Anytime I send them an email, I get an answer back less than 24 hours. And those are two big reasons why I enjoy working with them so much. So what's the difference between hosting and building? Well, mid-phase hosting, think of it as building a house. It's the land you build your house on. RV Site Builder is the toolkit you need to build your site. So think of it as a tool belt around you to build your website. Now, the domain name we just talked about a few minutes ago, that's the address to your house. You want to make sure that it's easy for people to find where you live, right? Your web designer is your builder, or in this case, you are going to be the builder. I'm going to teach you how to do it yourself. So then the final product is your masterpiece, your website. So what do you want your website to do? Sit down with a piece of paper and really figure this out. There's a lot of people that say, well, I'm building a website because somebody told me I needed to. You build a website because either you want to make money with it with e-commerce, you want it to be informational, maybe to tell more about what you do. Perhaps it's a lead generation tool to get more leads in for your newsletter or to upsell customers into other products or services. Or it's personal republic, such as blogs. Your website checklist should consist of making sure, number one, that your website is scalable. If you get some of these low-cost websites, chances are they're not going to scale with the growth of your business. The reason why I like mid-phase hosting so very much is because it's scalable with my company. If I didn't want to use RV Site Builder, I could use another program such as Joomla or Dreamweaver. It has a lot of scalability in it, and I'm able to track my results with my markets. It's easy to maintain and update. I like the person designing it, especially if it's yourself. I understand how my website is going to work for me. I understand how it's going to make money. I understand how it's going to generate leads. I understand how it's going to give information. If it's clear to you, make sure that it's clear to your clientele. That's important as well. It's laid out in a logical way so my customers find what they need quickly and easily. And the name matches my demographic. I'm going to tell you a story about a client that came to one of my seminars, and she had the most beautiful embroidery I have ever seen. They were these hunting shirts, and they had images of deer and bear and just wonderful men's shirts. And I stopped her for a minute and I said, hang on. I said, if I'm a guy and I'm showing this shirt to my buddy, and he says, hey Joe, where'd you get the shirt? And he says, the Enchanted Needle. Well, it's not going to go over very well. So she chose an alternate name to hit that particular demographic. Don't be afraid to have more than one website. If you have a demographic that reaches out to more than just men or just women or just 25-54, make sure that you accommodate them with the right website and the right domain and the right approach. Monetizing your website. This is key. You want to make sure if you're in e-commerce that you have easy ways to make some money on your website. I'm just showing you an example of Got Clicks and how I'm making money with it. First of all, my web shops are a way that people get to know me, get to understand what I do. These are great lead-ins to sales for me. The other one that's been great for me is Facebook. I can't tell you how many leads I've gotten with Facebook. When I add a friend on, they ask how I knew them as a friend, and they say, oh, I see that you do search engine marketing. I see you do easy websites. Boy, I really need your help. Can't believe how many leads I've gotten from Facebook. It's been a huge boon to my business. Affiliate marketing, mid-phase hosting. This is where you go if you want to go ahead and purchase your hosting. I tell you, the deal that's on there right now is unbelievable. If you want an inexpensive website, this is definitely the place to be. Include your website and domain, so check out the latest specials with mid-phase hosting. Also, another way I like to make money is with affiliate marketing. I chose these books from Amazon. These are books that I enjoyed, and I tell customers about them. They click on them, they purchase from me. It's a win-win for everybody because they're not paying any more for the books, and I receive a commission. You've ordered your mid-phase. You're going to get 3 emails. One is going to be billing information, another is going to be follow-up billing information, and the third you really want to pay attention to. It's called Welcome to Midphase. That's the subject line. It's going to give you your cPanel information. What's a cPanel? cPanel is the control panel that allows you to get into your website. So I'm going to take you to the Got Clicks control panel right now. I just type in gotclicks.biz. Now that's my website, right? I do a /cPanel. Now you're going to get a link to this anyway in your Welcome to Midphase letter. So you'll have that email address. It'll be yourwebsite.com or .biz, whatever you choose, /cPanel. And then it'll give you an ID and password. Don't peek. Now, this is the enchilada. I love this control panel. It's pretty easy to get around in. I know it can be intimidating when you first see it, and there's only going to be a couple of buttons that you actually use in here. One is going to be your email accounts. When you go in, you can click on this email accounts, and you can create any email you want. So maybe I want to have Darcy, my virtual assistant, at Got Clicks, and I generate a password. And then I can even say how much quota I want into this email. You know, sometimes you get an email and it runs out of memory, and then you get all your emails bounced back to you. Well, this doesn't happen in this. It's fantastic. And then I just create it, and I'm able to access this email, Darcy at Got Clicks. I can go into webmail and grab that email information. I can also upload it into Outlook. Let me show you how that little trick works. So you see my emails here. Let's say I want to compose a new message. What I have are multiple accounts in here. I've got mail at Got Clicks, info at Got Clicks, sales at Got Clicks, and this is another company that I actually do some work for too. So I'm able to have multiple email addresses. How does that get accomplished? Well, when I'm in Outlook, I can go into Tools, Email Accounts, add a new email account, and then I just create it as a POP3, and then hit Next. I just put in the information here, the incoming mail server. You can ask Midphase for this information. They'll certainly give that to you. And this is your username and password. It's usually that darcy@gotclicks.biz, the one I just created, and the password. And then once I figure all that out, I just click on this test account settings and voila, it's all set to go. Then I'm able to have multiple emails within my Outlook. The reason it's important to have an email account tied to your website is people will take you seriously. If that email is coming from Sarah@gotclicks.biz, I know that that's a legitimate company. If it came from Sarah@gotclicks@gmail.com, I'm not so sure about that, and I might not take you as seriously. This is a great way to give validity to your company. The other place I spend a lot of time is in the Legacy File Manager. I'll use this if I wanted to upload a larger video. For example, these videos that you're watching now, I uploaded into the Legacy File Manager. If I go in here, it's simply a matter of hitting go. And if I want to upload a file, I simply click Upload Files, and I browse within my documents to find the document I want to upload, whether it's a PDF file, whether it's an ebook, whether it's a video, whether it's an audio. This is exactly where you'd upload that information. So you have information as far as what to look for in a website, what to ask your web designer if you do decide to go that route, and lastly, how to get some hosting for your site. What does hosting mean? What's a domain name? So you have the vocabulary, you have the basics. You also know the interior of the control panel once you do purchase Midphase. So I just wanted to show you lastly some of the different packages available out on GotClicks. This is the home page that you went to, and hopefully you listened to this podcast. It's very informative as far as before you hire a web designer, some questions you might want to ask. This is the video that you're watching now. Thank you very, very much for watching. I hope this has been helpful for you. And this is where you can get your hosting. Sometimes this can get tricky, so make sure you watch this video before you make the purchase. And lastly, if this is too much for you, make sure that you contact us for help. We'll offer a consultation for your business. It's only $35 for an hour, and it could save you a boatload of heartache down the road. Buy a product from GotClicks, $50 or more, and the $35 is refunded back to you. So go ahead and click help if you need help. Thank you so much for visiting GotClicks. I hope that we can help you get your business online sensibly and affordably. I'm Sarah Spencer for GotClicks. Happy clicking!